January 21, 1968. NVA major attack against Khe Sanh to divert U.S. attention from cities. January 23, 1968. North Korean seizure of USS Pueblo concerns U.S. military of weakness in strategic reserve. January 30, 1968. First wave of communist attacks of TET offensive. January 31 to March 8, 1968. Main TET offensive starts against over 100 South Vietnamese cities. February 3, 1968. General Wheeler cabled to Westmoreland on need for reinforcements after meeting with the President. February 7, 1968 at 10 a.m. Chairman Wheeler and Cabinet meet with LBJ in which President says let's get whatever General Westmoreland wants to him. February 7, 1968 at 2 p.m. General Wheeler cable after meeting with President, if you need troops ask for them. February 9, 1968 at 11 a.m. LBJ meets with General Wheeler and other service chiefs and says, last week I asked if Westmoreland needs more men and you said no. Now he needs more. Why? February 9, 1968 at 4 p.m. General Wheeler encourages Westmoreland to recognize that the critical phase of the war is upon us. February 9, 1968 at 9 p.m. General Westmoreland sends optimistic situation report and request for reinforcements in which he says I would welcome reinforcements at any time. February 11, 1968 at 4:25 p.m. LBJ meets to discuss Westmoreland's February 9 request in which he says he and others are confused on need for reinforcements. February 11, 1968 at 9 p.m. General Wheeler sends message to Westmoreland on meeting with LBJ and says, you are not expressing a firm demand for reinforcements. February 12, 1968 at 6 a.m. Westmoreland sends a change of strategy request for reinforcements in which he says reinforcements will allow him to seize the initiative to crush the enemy. February 12, 1968 at 8 a.m. LBJ and McNamara early morning telephone discussion of Westmoreland's the 12th of February request in which McNamara warns against premature approval of reinforcements. February 12, 1968 at 12 p.m. LBJ holds lunch meeting to discuss Westmoreland's the 12th of February change of strategy message. February 23 to 26, 1968. General Wheeler meets with Westmoreland in Saigon to discuss reinforcements in which they discuss contingency plans to attack into Laos. February 27, 1968 at 9 a.m. Wheeler sends message to LBJ on military situation and requirements in South Vietnam that seems to indicate the enemy is doing better than they thought. February 27, 1968 at 6 p.m. Walter Cronkite gives his analysis of TET in which he states that we are mired in a stalemate and should negotiate. February 28, 1968. General Wheeler briefs LBJ and his major national security advisors in which the chairman calls for a dramatic increase in force levels. March 1 to 3, 1968. New Secretary of Defense Clifford holds task force meetings in which he becomes convinced not to send major reinforcements. March 4, 1968. Clifford meets with LBJ and says that there is a need for a major change in our policy in Vietnam. March 10 to 27, 1968. The wise men meet to discuss 206K reinforcement request and conclude that a change of policy is needed in Vietnam and that the president should seek a negotiated settlement. March 24, 1968. Meeting in the Philippines between Generals Wheeler and Westmoreland, in which the chairman says that there will not be any major reinforcements. March 31, 1968. LBJ announces that he will not seek re-election.